Hello my friends, this is Mark from superagates.com and it's another day of polishing. So I have my polishing machine here with the wool pad and we're going to use some cerium oxide and we're going to polish some agates, jaspers, quartzes, whatever I have that I like. Sure appreciate you coming along and let's see what we get. Okay, my friends, let's get this show on the road, shall we? We need a little bit of water on here, so we'll just apply a little bit of water. It's sort of damp from the last time I used it. Just enough to get started. We'll get this thing turned on. So I picked out a number of different things. We better put some of the polish on first to get started here. I like to use a paintbrush. It's an easy way to sort of spread it on thin all over the pad. It works its way down, but it does a fabulous job. This is cerium oxide. It's the expensive kind, but the expensive kind works. All right, well, let's start out with the Puma. That's a nice stone. That comes from Argentina. Here we have one of my favorites, a tiger eye. So I'm always into tiger eye. That one needs a weight on it, so we'll put a little bit of a weight on that one. We have a geode from Mexico. It has a gorgeous sparkling center, but I want this polished. It's just that little area that we need to polish, so that should go fairly rapidly. Have a beautiful imperial jasper. That's nice. See how that comes out. Piece of amethyst. I'd like a weight on that too, I think. This is one of the thunder eggs near the Laguna claim. They can be quite nice, so we'll polish that one. Actually, I have two Puma agates from Argentina, so that's another nice one to put on. Here's a Moroccan agate. It's got a weight on it, so we'll put that on too. A crazy lace. A bumblebee. This is very soft, so I like to treat it pretty gently, and I usually put it towards the top here, because that's the most gentle spot. Of course, a Laguna agate, you couldn't do polishing without Lagunas. Sort of a cool thunder egg from Australia. And finally, to fill it up, this is a piece of agatized coral from Indonesia. So none of these are polished, but they're all have had a lot of work to get them to this stage. And what this will do is that it will polish this in fairly quick order. I mean, it's about 20 to 30 minutes. Some of them take a little longer, some a little less. But when you talk about polishing, that's not a lot of time. Got to keep things lubricated. I use distilled water on this. So as I say, this is still going to take about 20 to 30 minutes. So I think I'll turn the camera off and then we'll turn it back on when there's something to show you. All right, so we're back here. It's been about 20 minutes. So let's have a look and see what we've got here. Here's the bumblebee. It never takes as bright a polish as agate, but that is pretty nice. Beautiful piece. Can't go wrong with that. That's nice. That's from Indonesia. Well, what else have we got here? Puma. Puma from Argentina. Oh yeah, just look at that. Isn't that something? That is a nice one. Oh. I guess you can sort of see while I enjoy the polishing. If you like rock and you get a polished stone, that's something special. And that looks pretty darn nice too. That's a smaller piece of Australian thunder egg. I think it could use just a hair more. So we're going to leave that on a little longer. That one needs a little bit more. Needs it on this edge here, so we'll put that on there like so and sort of overhang that a bit. Here's a thunder gag from near the Laguna claim. Oh yeah. That is just brightly polished. Pretty nice. I do sell these on the website. A little more expensive polish, but they're still inexpensive. That is nice. This is so much fun. What do we got here? This is a piece of amethyst from Mexico. If you know me at all, you know I like amethyst, and that's not bad. I'll take that any day. Nice piece of amethyst, and on the side there it's got some sparkly crystals there. Pyrite. Really nice. And that's from Mexico. And nothing can be complete for me unless I have a little Laguna. And honestly, a little Tiger Eye too. I like them both, but Laguna takes such a nice polish. It's got a druzy center in there. That white will all be gone. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Mexico has some of the best agate, best crystals, best rock. There's just a lot of it. Well, let's see. Another Puma. Yes, it is. Puma is so much fun to do. I bought these when I was in Argentina. Did not buy enough. Running out of those, but that is spectacular. So I'm going off camera to put them in a bucket of water so that polish doesn't cement in there. What do we got here? Oh, the other one that I have to do every load. Tiger Eye. And this one took an amazing polish. Sort of has a scene in there. That is amazing. Can you imagine if it were rare how expensive it would be? Wow. Having really good luck on these. I mean, I've only had one that I thought needed more work. Well, actually two here. This one is the geode, and I knew that this wouldn't take a good polish. But it's got a gleam, and that's about all I could expect, and all I need is a little gleam in there, and then clean up the crystals. Then over here, this is a Moroccan, and it has a little hint of amethyst in there. Polish is superb. That's a winner. That is a winner. And here we have a crazy lace. It's taking a good polish, but I think it could be better. I'm going to give it more. And finally, we have the piece of Agates coral from Indonesia. This material is rather porous, but it is so pretty. I'm going to call that good. So I only have a couple, 3 left to do. I mean, I could say they're done, but it's always better to let them run a little longer. If they're not working right, give it a little time. You don't want to be in a hurry on the polish. You put so much effort into it. A little extra time doesn't hurt anything. So at any rate, you sort of get the idea of what it's about. A lot of these will be on my website, superagates.com. I sure appreciate you watching my videos. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.